Philip Douthett, the men's marriage mentor here. I help men renew their failing marriages while creating a meaningful legacy. And if that's what you're looking to do, then you're definitely going to want to take notes on today's video. And if you found this information that you're going to learn today to be valuable, be sure to share this video and click the like and subscribe button so that you get the notifications of other videos that I release. Before we get into the video, be sure to stick around to the end where I reveal the details on how you can join me in my free training that walks you through how to renew your failing marriage by doing the right things at the right time in the right order, even if your situation feels completely hopeless right now. So be sure to stick around to the end for that announcement. And just so you know what to expect here, this video that you're about to watch was a training that I did inside of my private group that is directly related to the title of today's video. So get ready to take notes, then apply what you learn so that you can get the results that you desire. So with no further delay, let's get to it. It's called The Outward Mindset: How to Change Lives and Transform Organizations. It's by the Arbinger Institute. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Right? Okay, cool. So I'm not going to take any credit for this. This is purely out of this book, but it goes hand in hand with a lot of the things that I talk about inside the Men's Marriage Mastery program. So I want to read a passage. I highlighted it here in blue. It's on page 14, and the name of this chapter is Why Mindset Matters. Okay, part 1. Why mindset matters. And like I said, a lot of you won't fully grasp this or understand it, and you're going to suffer because of it. And pay fucking attention. Got it? Cool. All right. So that being said, page 14, second paragraph. I'm going to read it here. While it is true that behaviors drive outcomes, it is also true that another factor, mindset, determines what behavioral options will occur to a person in the first place and what behavioral choices one will then make from among those options. So while it's true that behavior drives results, it's also true that mindset drives behavior. Consequently, any solution to human problems that ignores this reality ignores too much of what's true to produce reliable results. Boom! Like, holy shit, I highlighted that entire paragraph right there. So I'm going to break this down little by little here. And if you know me, I like to work in reverse. I like to start at the bottom and work my way up. Consequently, any solution to human problems that ignores this reality ignores too much of what's true to produce reliable results. Too many of you ignore what is necessary to get the results that you desire in life and in business, in marriage, in your parenting, etc. Because here's the thing, this is going to fucking sting. This is going to sting so many of you. You would rather be entertained than to do the work. That's why it's cell phones, YouTube, TikTok is so addicting, because you would rather be entertained than to actually do the work in order to get the results that you desire for the betterment of yourself as a man, husband, and father. You want to be entertained. You might as well shoot yourself in the foot, because you want to be entertained instead of actually doing the work. And that's what this is saying. You're ignoring any solution to human problems that ignores the reality that behavior drives results, but mindset drives behavior, ignores what's true to produce reliable results. It's right here. It's black and white. I talk about this in the program. I talk about this personally and professionally. But here's the thing. You'd rather ignore what is necessary in order to get the results that you desire in life as a man, husband, and father, right? And instead, you'd rather be entertained. Oh, I'm going to watch some stupid TikTok videos. I'm going to watch some fail videos, watch some driving fails. I'm going to watch some boating fails. I don't know. Pick something. Pick some mindless bullshit so you can numb yourself, give yourself a personal hand job. Oh, I'm going to sit here and jack off to Pornhub every night because it feels good about myself. What the fuck are you doing? You want to be entertained, but you don't want to actually do the work. And I had this conversation with an existing client within the Men's Marriage Mastery program. I got off the phone with him half an hour ago. And I told him, it's like, man, here's the thing. What is this? What is this? And I was asking him questions about things that he should know. He should, like, boom, like you should know these answers. If you're in the program and you're doing the work, you should fire off these answers right away. I asked him, what's this? What's this? What can you do here? Like, dude, you're in the program. You should know these answers. You should know. I cover this shit. Everything that you're going through, I'm not mentioning names. I don't do that. But every damn thing that he mentioned and he questioned me on, I cover in the program. I give examples of how to overcome the situation, how your mindset will help you to overcome every situation that you're in and every question you have for me. I told him this. And I called him and he was taking a nap. No, I'm not saying naps are bad. Naps are okay every once in a while. I take one a month myself. But he was taking a nap when I called him, and I was like, "I'll wake you up?" He's like, "Yeah, I was taking a nap, but I'm awake now. I was expecting your call, so I'm awake. I'm ready to go." Kind of threw me off. I'm like, fuck, man. You're making excuses, and you'd rather be entertained and entertain the back of your eyelids than to do the work necessary to produce reliable results. What the fuck? What are you doing? Why? You're not only hurting yourself, you're letting everyone else around you down when you do that. And it's your fault. Because you're making the choice to be entertained instead of doing the work in order to get the results that you want to achieve. And so let's keep going here, okay? Mindset determines what behavioral options will occur to a person in the first place. Let's stop there, okay? Let's read that again. Mindset determines what behavioral options will occur to a person in the first place. Your perspective, and I've talked about this many times before inside the group, and I talk about it inside the Men's Marriage Mastery program. Your perspective is 95% of the game. If your perspective is, my wife will never get back to work together with me, my wife is angry at me, nothing I do works, anything I do just pisses her off, like that's your perspective, but is it reality? There's a difference between perspective and reality. And no, perspective is not reality. It's a bullshit phrase that is not true. Reality is reality. I give a really good example of this inside the Men's Marriage Mastery program where I talk about a woman throwing a drink in a guy's face. I'm not going to mention it here because it's only inside the program. But there's a difference between the reality of the situation and the perspective. And 99% of the time, your perspective is flawed. And because you have the wrong perspective, the wrong mindset in any given situation, it limits the options to you. It limits what you can achieve because you're limiting your perspective and your mindset as to what could be done. Bitterness, anger, fear, doubt, insecurity limits. That's your mindset. It limits what you can achieve, what you can do, where you can go, what you can buy, what you can have, who you can befriend, what you can do for your marriage. It limits everything. And your ego is going to defend that limitation. Your ego is going to say, fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about. Or, you don't know my situation, so how dare you tell me how I should feel or think? I'm like, I'm not telling you how you should feel or think. I will never tell you how to feel. Ever. I don't tell anybody how to feel. It's not my job, not my position, not my role. But I will tell you, when your mindset, your perspective is flawed. And because it's flawed, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're limiting what you can achieve. Behavior drives outcome. So if you're limited in your perspective as to what you can achieve or what your perspective is, it's limited. It's being filtered, being fed by anger, fear, doubt, insecurity, bitterness, right? If that's where your mindset is deriving from, and it's deriving, not driving, but deriving from, right? That's where your mindset is deriving from. Guess what? It limits not just your outcome, but your behaviors that drive to those outcomes. So if you're stuck in fear, doubt, anger, insecurity, bitterness, etc., and you don't think there's anything that you can do to renew yourself or renew your marriage, guess what? You're going to give yourself a hand job every night, jacking off to Pornhub every night. You're going to play video games until you can't see straight. You're going to go to the bar, buy everybody around, and spend $300-400 every night at the bar. To people you don't know, those so-called friends. You're going to not do the work necessary to produce reliable results because of your limited perspective. And your limited perspective impacts your behaviors. How's that for a kick in the nuts? It starts with your perspective. It does. I challenge you to convince me otherwise. You can take all the data, all the information of said situation, and you can choose how to think or feel about it. That's your choice. I'm not going to tell you that, how to feel about it. But if you take that information, you dial it back just a little bit, and you think to yourself, okay, this is what's going on. Take the emotion out of it. And you say to yourself, okay, what's my goal? This is where I'm at. What do I want to achieve? What's in the middle? Mindset and behaviors. That's in the middle. The mindset and the behaviors are between your situation and your desired outcome. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. That's my point. Some of you guys, and this is what I was telling the guy earlier today that I was talking to, that I got off the phone with, 45 minutes ago, is he was like, well, this is what my wife is saying. She says she hates my guts. And I was like, okay. That's her perspective in the moment, but is that the truth? Is that reality? Ask yourself that question. She says she hates your guts. Is that reality? Why does she still call you every day? Why does she still text you every day? Why does she still ask your opinion on certain things every day? Okay. If she hated your guts, what she's doing is she's seeking something from you. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to speak for her, but she's seeking something from you in that moment, whether it's some sort of reaction, some sort of emotion. Maybe she's trying to justify the way that she's feeling in the moment by getting you to react, not respond, but react to her words in a way that justifies to her the way that she feels in that moment. And that's why it's so important to just take a step back, take a deep breath, don't react to what she's saying, read between the lines, and understand that it's just a perspective in the moment, not the truth. And when you approach it with that type of perspective, that type of mindset, it opens the door to ideas that are much different. It opens up options that are much different and more rewarding and beneficial for you to enact certain behaviors in order to derive what? That desired outcome and reliable results. It's a step-by-step process. So that being said, if anybody wants to talk about Men's Marriage Mastery Program, what you have to do in order to become part of it, in order to get the reliable results that you're looking for yourself as a man, husband, and father, then let's have a conversation. Am I going to invite you to join the program? Maybe. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I will. It all depends on our conversation, because not everybody makes the cut. It's not a money grab. It's not a, in it for the money, hit it and quit it kind of thing. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. That's not my mindset. My mindset is to help you become the best version of a man, husband, and father that you can be. Ask yourself this, are you in a mindset to receive the information in order to do the behaviors that get the results that you desire? You have to ask yourself that question. Are you in the mindset to receive? I will give. Will you receive? Before I go, there's another lesson that came to mind from my father. I'm going to talk about this. My father gave me this lesson. He says, look at my hands. He says, when you're in a defensive posture and your hands are in a fist, you can't receive anything. You can't grab anything. You can't touch anything because your hands are clenched and you're in a defensive posture, right? But when you have that mindset to release, your hands are open to receive. Are you in the mindset to receive the steps and the tools necessary to achieve what? Reliable results. Because if you're not, don't waste my time. Piss off. I'm not going to help you. There's nothing I can do for you, because you're going to clinch yourself and stay stuck in that fear, stay stuck in that anger, clench your fists and stay stuck in that insecurity and that resentment. And there's nothing I can do for you. There's nothing anybody can do for you. You have to make the decision to be open and receive the right information in order to drive your behaviors to get reliable results. Period. End of story. I just covered a lot of great information that will help you to renew both yourself and your marriage. And I hope that you put everything that you just learned into practice, because that's the only way that you're going to get results. But there is so much more that you can do, and I'm going to cover all of that in my free training that walks you through how to renew your marriage, even if your wife has told you that there's nothing that you can do to change her mind. So if you'd like to learn the specific strategies and methods that thousands of my clients have used and continue to use to renew their failing marriages and create a meaningful legacy, then click the link below, watch that free training, and then feel free to submit an application after that. Also, be sure to click the link to access my private Facebook group, where you can get support and connect and even learn from a community of men who are also struggling to keep their failing marriages together. And when you join, I'll even send you a free copy of my latest ebook. And if you like what you heard today and you want more content like this from me, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to comment below with any questions or tell me whatever it is that you found to be the most helpful. And like I mentioned before, click the link below for that free training that I mentioned earlier. I'm Douthett, the Men's Marriage Mentor, and I'll see you on the next video.